I'ma need all the fashion, all the hot sauce, all the passion. You better be all in there, you don't have me in the middle. You better be all in there, you have me in the super fly for the dumbo, pretty fly like a shuffle.
All right. What is going on, guys? It's another Koopa morning, another Koopa day, another Koopa way to slay and play a little bit of Dragon Quest X. We're doing dailies today, and hopefully, if I'm in a good enough mood, we'll start recording a little bit of version 4. No promises though. I'm still testing out the whole recording thing, if you will, figuring out all the from spots and whatnot here before we get into our magnum opus of the best version of all time. I'm clearly being incredibly facetious there, but I am going to do a lot of version 4 live, at least a little bit of the first, part of it, because I do want to pay attention to the story a little bit more. Story is why I'm doing these in the first place. So we're going to do a little bit of respect to them, give them good old voice acting, give them, the well-deserved attention that they need and all that good stuff. But I hope everybody's having a good whatever day I upload this on. Well, what we are doing today, I believe this is going to be my first one I maybe upload for this event, but I've recorded this a couple of times. We're doing the Lexus link, where you just fight a bunch of bosses and whatnot. As Esperload here, probably won't be using the Hermie, because the new class, although it's pretty okay, it's not grinded up enough. First of all, and then second of all, I prefer to shoot things, so we'll do that. The new Lexus Link boss just came out as well. It's very fun, very, very interesting. So now there are five bosses here, 5 different chips to color, and I still don't have a ring because fuck you is why I don't have a ring. It's the thing about this game, man. You really don't need a lot of the extra super powerful equipment or whatever the bullshit that they give you, because it's not a very hard game. But we'll go ahead and try this, just so I can put my goddamn foot in my mouth and we can lose to the new boss. Show this thing off. A lot of people are streaming this right now, so hopefully I've gained enough secondhand knowledge. I've absorbed enough. I've osmosised enough skill so that we don't absolutely get demolished. But essentially, it's got pretty basic gimmicks, I guess. The main huge thing is that it has this move where the entire field becomes harder to heal, and then you start losing health. So Hermit's actually a very good class for this boss, due to the fact that they can just they can auto heal you, and they have a really good regen that just kind of not really fully counteracts that, but it makes it so you probably won't die from doing absolutely nothing. Oh, but yeah, I don't really have a topic or anything to talk about today. I think I do have some funny titles that I could name this, that I'm just going to read now, so that I know generally what the topic of the day is gonna be. But yeah, we're just in the midst of between areas in 3 and 4. Hope you guys have liked the version 3 playthrough. We are gonna drop a little recap video of version 3. I just have to script it. I just have to sit down and actually do work. Who likes doing that? No, I like gaming. So, oh yeah, I was thinking about this concept a long time ago. Long time ago being about 24 hours. I have a crazy memory, so short term it feels weird recalling. For some reason, long term is insanely easy. So when thinking back to short term things, I definitely like to consult the notes. But I've been thinking about this. A lot of people are trying to control the narrative of video games. It's the reason why I have all these crazy topic titles and shit that I like to talk about on this channel. When a mere, oh my god, that was 2014? Yeah, a decade ago? We opened up this channel with the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed idea that people wanted to see gameplay and good old commentary behind it for whatever reason. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. And I think that still rings true. But you do need a little bit more in there. And for my topic pieces, I tend to go a little bit into, politics and all these other different kinds of little bit of polarizing topics, And I think that's because everybody wants to control video games. I never liked politics, man. I like gaming. I like gaming. I like being diverse. I like learning new things, and that's my basic MMO. Um, it has all of those things, man. You can be as unique as you want. You can be as weird as you want, and in this game, you can still be efficient. Crazily enough. So. And that's why I generally, oh my gosh, he just fucked all my cannons immediately. That's funny. Yeah, his guy does way too much damage, so. Oh my god, don't kill me, leave me alone. Bitch. Okay. But yeah, it's a thing, and I feel like the reason why, I've generally gone towards maybe more like racy, annoying topics nowadays is because, yeah, man, everybody really wants to control video games because they hold a lot of power of the thinking generation. I don't think there's a lot of. I don't think. There it is. There's probably not a lot of gamers out there that don't think about a lot of things constantly. I mean, think about it, guys. Think about it. Jeez, there's that word again. Let's count how many times I say think in this fucking episode. But it's a serious thing. I think a lot of gamers just metagame and talk on forums and theorize, and that's like the whole act of gaming. If you think about it, you're interacting with your mind. More than probably even your fingers in these video games, man. So in that way, if you control the thinkers of the nation, you basically control the nation. I mean, we are the ones who spend a majority of the time in our heads. So yeah, that's why everybody wants to control video games. If that's what you were wondering, like why are politics so entrenched in video games? They were supposed to be for kids before. And no, we all grew up. We all grew up, and we grew up at the same time as video games started becoming more and more complex and interesting. And so, of course, other nations kind of just decided to make them more fun. Oh, excuse me. America decided to make them useful, as weapons, because that's what America does, We are the ones who generally go out there. I don't know why I thought the beam was a spell. I don't know why I thought I could block that with spell block, but it is what it is. Yeah, generally we're gonna get out there and use things for our military might to crush, to manipulate essentially, and as we've grown in the industry here, we have definitely moved toward the direction that video games have to be used in some sort of greater good political statement mumbo-jumbo bullshit. And sure, maybe sometimes. Oh, no. But not all the time does one need to delve into that realm in order to get a good game to sell. And it's funny because it's not even like you need that to sell. It's sort of like the detriment to sell, but it's like America needs the influence in order to survive or whatever, what I'm saying, in order to get us out of the national deficit. But yeah, video games are often being used for political statements, what I'm saying, to help us be more compliant and bullshit, and I'm just not for it, man. And I would be for it if we were also utilizing, just to make the games better and more fun. But yeah, over here in America, we really don't care about how fun the game is. And it's been like that for a while. I feel like ever since, the PS2, we've just sort of been in a graphics craze because they really haven't gone up in a significant way since then. At least I don't think. So it's very sad. It's very sad in my eyes that we just really devalue the actual thing that people are interacting with, the gameplay, the thought processes, and it's crazy because you see all these games with the insane tutorials and telling you exactly how to do the thing to the perfect caliber amount bullshit, and I think that's is an active detriment to our thinker society, but they want us to keep playing the video games, right? Like, it's so weird, they want us to keep playing. Let's keep thinking, but think in my way. You know, don't do things any differently than my way. But we want you to keep thinking and have this illusion that your intellectual insight actually means something. And sure, maybe it never did, but I don't want the illusion that it actually does, man. Like I don't want you to trick me into thinking, yeah, you playing this game in this way, it's gonna do something way different. Nah, don't gaslight me, mother. Don't gaslight me, mother, please, please. And I feel like that's what's just forming, a lot of the annoying things about the Western culture. My people are really moving away from that in order to get to something more, I don't know, real, I suppose. It's kind of a bad word to use to describe that. Oh, I'm gonna get smacked a bunch of times. Goodbye. Oh, I lived! That's crazy! But yeah, it's very funny how, a lot of people don't even really care about video games or anything like that, have just been indicted into the industry, and sort of like allowed to have this sort of voice, there's this pledge just because, like I said, it's just a lot of influence. It's still just a lot of influence. It's sort of like, you have a lot of people trying to get into the influencer space, trying to be YouTubers, trying to be Instagram stars or whatever. I feel like everybody really, if you have half a soul, you kind of want that life. Because on the surface, it seems very, very easy. It seems like you just, input thing online and get money. And that is not necessarily a one-to-one ratio of how it goes. But on the surface, it really does look like that. And that's mostly just because of the way influencers portray themselves. This is because it's beneficial for them, to be seen as the effortless poster. Indeed. But yeah, you have to recognize, man, that a lot of the things that people are doing here, that they really aren't for our true intrinsic benefits, and that's okay. We are humans. We're supposed to act on our own sustainability, self-sufficiency, what you want to call it. We're supposed to act on that. That's just the human nature of life. So you really can't be mad at people for trying to survive and help themselves survive. Now the problem is when the only influences that people have are at the top, and they influence the way that the middle influences, and that influences the way the bottom influences. And so there's a huge power struggle going on right now. But what I feel like we really need to remember is this moment right here, where you are right now, as in whenever the fuck I upload this. Right now, as I'm recording it, it is end of September here. It's like the 22nd. And things are still pretty crazy as far as the whole climate of the world goes. People are still doing crazy things over gender wars and politic wars and bullshit wars and pussy wars and all that. But what we truly need to remember is it just doesn't matter where we are, where we're going. We have to be knowledgeable and trusting that where we are is somewhere that's going to be like safe and beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The fear of a future that really doesn't exist is really what's holding us back, I believe, from a gamer utopia, if you will. A lot of times, oh my goodness, here comes the sea. Here's the giant poison thing. So healing is down, and we're losing health. Oh, is he dead? No, I'm dead. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We may beat him this time. We got like 1 minute 30 left. I don't know. But yeah, guys, if you realize all of these games are purposeful. They all have a purpose, you just have to put that in there. And it's so fucking annoying that people don't tell you these games really are combat. This is your training zone. I feel like if you pair video games with any kind of workout regimen, you're gonna have a fulfilling life, 110%, because that is what gaming truly is. This is what they train people for in the military. Now people hate when I fucking say that because that's not entirely true. You're really not gonna be playing video games in the military per se, especially if you're a little private. They're not gonna kid you the fucking Call of Duty and be like, all right, kid, go off, do your thing. But planning wise, strategy wise, A lot of these things are set up in video games. You know, they fucking use Call of Duty for various training activities. And in general, you're supposed to utilize these games to strategize what to do in real life. That's why I love playing MMOs, because MMOs are the closest thing that we have to strict real life environments. You know, you pick a fucking skill, you pick a fucking class, and then you go in, and then eventually you know what all the classes do. You know how they interact with each other. You know what the moves do. You know, you know what the jobs are meant to help each other in doing. You know, you know where they're supposed to pick up on the lack of other. Oh, god damn it. Well, see, try. You know where they're supposed to pick up on the lack of others. Which is very helpful to know, because a lot of people just don't know their strengths. They don't know where they're supposed to fit in and line up with other people's amazing prowesses, you know? But nevertheless, uh, we learn, you know? We learn. And that's a beautiful thing about life, that you have the choice to just slowly get better and better. But yeah, a lot of people forget that is indeed a choice. That is indeed a choice. You're not just gonna automatically learn how to play this game. You got to make some conscious decisions to get better at it. My conscious decision for this fight, I don't know what I'm gonna do differently. Maybe I'll focus on the game a little bit more. I really don't want to hone in all my commentary on this lame thorn fucker. But yeah, it's a thing. It's the thinking, man. It's the thinking. That's what's really gonna take us out of this era. And a lot of people take this too much to heart, and they just, you know, they overthink everything, and I don't think that's helping. You really do need the action, which is why I said you pair the video games with a little bit of a workout regimen, or you know, a good healthy habit, or something like that, because this gaming cannot, please don't let this be the only thing you do. Like, of course, if you only think, you're gonna be a fucking basket case, right? But yeah, in general, I feel like that's why everybody wants to control video games. Video games control thinkers, 110%. And you, it's funny, because you can definitely play video games without thinking. There's a lot of video games that benefit from you actually not thinking and being more reactive. Ergo Dark Souls, ergo why I don't fucking like that game. But yeah, it's one of those things where you can sort of like turn your brain off, and then Elden Ring is one of those games where it kind of benefits a little bit more of the thinking side of Dark Souls, because in Elden Ring there's like fucking 8 million options to do. So of course, when you're outside of battle in a game like that, you're gonna have a lot more ways, you know, things can go, and you know, methods for madness, if you will. But yeah, in general, a lot of these games, you just don't need it, man. You just don't need this incredible brain intellect, you know, and a lot of people just hone in on those games, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you still had to make the choice to consciously pick it up and, you know, do the thing, and of course there's just less involved, but there is, you know, less is more, essentially. So... I'd say a lot of times, if you're, a little bit confused on why someone doesn't really love your hobby of gamering, you know, ask them, you know, just give them a quick question, man. When was the last time you were really in a pickle and you didn't know what to decide, you know? What's your decision making process like? Because I assure you, if you're a gamer, it probably involves 1 or 2 different facets, but I don't know, I haven't really corroborated this, I don't really talk to a lot of non-gamers, but I feel like it's just more likely that if you don't have a hobby that sort of forces you to pick, you know, different options constantly, and you probably only have just one outlet to go to for really big decisions. You know, you maybe just go to your friends. You maybe just go to the internet. You maybe just go to Google. But I feel like a lot of gamers, they do multiple things. You know, they can't just get a decision from one place. And once again, I haven't really corroborated this evidence with anything. But yeah, that skill, very powerful. Super OP in basically everything in life. You don't realize how powerful just sort of contradicting yourself and actively questioning what you believe in is. That's why they had to take out a lot of people who, did that publicly in college campuses. It's too powerful, man. It's too powerful, especially when that person has perceived no allegiance to anything. They're not really in the pockets of anyone, quote unquote, but they kind of are. Yeah, man, that's why influencers, people like this are the most dangerous criminals of all time, criminals of thought, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the worst thing. Oh God, you're thinking, you dirty, dirty fuck. Yeah, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. And I'm noticing that more and more, man, because the only way people like you thinking is if you're thinking the same way as them. If you thinking your thinking's not the good think, well, I think that's bad. Yeah, the think meter is going crazy this episode. That's insane. That's insane. I don't know how many times I've said that. The thought word. What can I say, man? I've got thoughts on the mind. Constantly. Oh man. Okay, so Nox is half health already. He's half health. What is this? A 10-minute boss battle. So we're a little bit ahead of schedule right now. Well, I think we can do this, guys. I think we got a good chance here. I think we got a good fucking chance here. Also, he's just ignoring me, which is what I really love to happen. Like if he could just keep doing this, I don't think stunning shell's gonna work. So let's do this again because his not shredded defense. Oh, it didn't work. Oh my god. Let's double down. I should have doubled down first, actually. Ceiling setback. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's this. Okay. So when this happens, you have to go to a split form to split the damage onto this thing. That I don't die. Also, did he seal me? I don't think so. I think he could. Yeah, those are like his two main gimmicks, really. He really doesn't do anything else, except for that one move where, you have to run to a specific thing that I usually die to because my movement speed is trash on this character. As a pirate, you really should have better movement speed than I do, but I didn't care to invest in that for this specific equipment set. It's also why I have Sobering Slap right here, so I can just target someone and run to them. Holy shit, everybody's dead. What the hell? Oh my goodness, King's Comb. Let me see if I can just block it. Nope, I can't. Oh! Heal me, please. There we go. Yeah, but it's the Thinkers, man. It's the Thinkers that they're really gonna give us, the kingdom of heaven. They're gonna bring us there. Of course, not with thinking alone. Yeah, do not be ashamed, my fellow fans, my fellow gamers. Like most things. Oh Jesus Christ! I didn't get the fucking hop stick. Crazy. Yeah, like most things, they hate us because they ain't us. If you didn't grow up on this train, I'm so sorry, but unless you have good parents who also grew up on this train, you're probably a shitty gamer. Because all the games that have come out recently, Gen Z games, are fucking trash. You have to go outside of this fucking country to get good games. And that is very, very sad. But Wukong is great. Mini Stellar Blades, are great. And these are games that are generally, just around for the populace to indulge in, but there are a lot of foreign games you can't even fucking read the language of that are just purely made for good gameplay, and I think that's what we really need to focus on as gamers. You need to find something that you vibe on in a gameplay sense, and truly get behind that shit, because holy shit, there's a lot of bullshit out there that ideologically fucks you. And the gameplay is trash, then it makes you think. It gives you this illusion that there's actual, I don't know, fucking good intellectual insight behind the bullshit that they're giving you, when in reality it's just wasting your time and slowly depleting your brain cells. Yeah, it's very bad. It's very bad. I feel like I'm just so tuned into deception now because of the whole entire first era of my childhood and adolescence. And a little bit of my early adulthood too. A lot of things are just convincing us that it's this way, especially in the black community. But I never really liked our culture. Yeah, if you didn't recognize by the wonderful, masculine, African-American voice, I am black. I feel like I don't need to say that every episode now, but I feel like we are getting way more new people stopping by the channel. then subscribe. So I just tend to like to throw that out there just to let people know. But I've been radicalized for a very long time. I always felt like I really didn't need friends, and all my friends that looked like me did not think like me, and not even a little bit. So, um, yeah, I've never really felt like I was intrinsically part of anything bigger, until, of course, I started to really go deep into the channel, and now I sort of feel like a little bit of my purpose is to just explain my story, and maybe radicalize someone else in the same way, or touch someone else who has been radicalized in the same way, because, I feel like there's similarities, certainly, that I've seen, but people are just kind of lost on where to go from here. Where do we exit this fucking train? And yeah, man, it's not about fixing the world, because the world is inherently fucked. It's about making your own community, your own part of the world, a better and more comfortable place for you. And I feel like that's a very noble way to just last, on this world, because it's not really a race, it's not really competition. It is really just you have to last. It's survival to the finish, man. So I'm not mad or sad or even confused on where I am in the moment here. I'm just thankful I'm fucking here. Whoa, we made it. We made it. 2025, almost done, man. Almost done with this bullshit too. But yeah, 2025, we made it. Also, we beat that boss. I know I didn't, say anything, but yeah, it was coming down to the wire, and we had a good team. I feel like two pirates is needed on that. You just need a lot of DPS. Pirate is also like one of the highest DPSing classes ever, because you don't need to actively attack people to get the DPS out. It's just gonna go. It's just gonna keep butt fucking them. So yeah, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. I had my special up for a very long time and all that stuff. This is Velvety. He's a little bit strong. He's not that strong. What you just need here is a defender. As you can see, we have Yuzu doing that job for us. You have enough weight on the defender, maybe one or two defenders, and then they can just push his fucking ass all the way to the corner. So he doesn't run around and yeah, run around and do that bullshit, and hopefully they run away. Yep, there we go. So you don't get swiped by that, and then once he's in the corner, he really can't do a lot of bullshit. And once he gets to like 75% health, he's gonna summon his little yeah, there it goes. These units, and those are going to do spells. So we put up spell block now, right? And then the only other thing that he really does is he charges up, so you have to hit him a lot so that he doesn't do his ultra laser, which is really fucking powerful, and has a lot of spots to dodge on the ground, which you're probably not gonna be able to dodge all at once. So I feel like that's about a hit for him. Also, yeah, he's very strong against magic, but not strong against cannons. I don't know if cannons count as magic or not. I actually don't know what damage they count as, but as you can see here with my boomerang, I'm doing very, very low damage to him. Because he is definitely more of a magic taker here, but yeah, it doesn't really matter if you have the wonders of the cannons, because the cannons will fuck him up no matter what. I want to do, yes, here, I knew he was gonna do spin mixer though, so I'm gonna do chaos circle now. Okay. And then, oh, are we done? Nope, he cried me, he cried like me. See, it's terrible how high his damage is moved. Actually dreadful. It actually hurts me. So yeah, here's Limit Apocalypse. We hit him enough though, so he's gonna just fall down. Is he done? Holy shit! Not bad, guys. That was a really quick Vil kill. How fast was that? Yeah, it was like 2 minutes. Good job. Good job. Good job. Very good team. Very good team. We love that defender. Yuzu is a good defender. We got Ringu here. Very cute, very cute. Okay. Alright. And then these last three are probably not going to be too long. What is it? We were 30 minutes in. We're probably going to get this done by 45. Not bad too. I usually die maybe 2 or 3 times to Nox lately. Sometimes I die to Flossin too. This is probably the first Lexus video that I'm uploading, so I'm gonna explain all the bosses again and all their wonderful gimmicks. Oh my goodness! Woo! For all my thinkers out there, if you ever plan on playing this game, it is pretty fun. I mean, it takes like a little bit to get here, maybe like a couple weeks or so. If you play for like 18 hours a day. But mm, for Flossin, if you need a guide for this guy, he's probably the most complicated of the bosses, personally. If you want to get him as efficiently as possible. So essentially the same thing as the other ones. He's not as resistant to magic, but or not as resistant to physical damage as Velvety, but he's still a little bit resistant. So using magic is very wise. But his main gimmick is that when he's about 75 or 50% health, he'll start summoning enemies that you cannot hit. There's little guys that shoot lasers, and then there's little lanterns that explode when they reach the player. They're gonna do a little bit of a line of like a purple line to whoever they're targeting, and then if they're targeting you, essentially what you want to do is run over to one of the other ads or run over to the boss in general, because if you stop them on the boss or the ads and they explode, then they'll get rid of the ads or they'll stun the boss. I don't think they actually do damage to the boss. They might. But it's just very helpful and to not fuck over your party members when, you know, they explode, because they do explode very slowly, so it's easy to kite them to a specific place and then run away. But just, you know, watch yourself, because they actually do stun you as well, and they can fuck up your party members to an annoying degree if you're not clever enough with them. A lot of times when I first did this, I did this with my guild, and we had some funny times. It was not an easy boss to wreck, you know, without understanding the mechanics. So if you play this yourself, just know with Velvety, very easy. Don't really need to, you know, strategize a lot. But for this guy, this is the one you need to pay attention to just a little bit. And just basically, when you get those little purple arrows on you, just run to something, you know, as a proxy. Please run away from your party members, you know, and do that. All right, and we got a little special here. It's very cool. It's very cool. Oh yeah. Yeah, but I like him. He's probably my favorite design boss. He just looks very goofy. I don't know why I like Cyclops creatures. I just think they look very silly. So let me see. I was doing like 500 to him last time, and for this guy, I'm doing like 1,000. I'm also just running directly into his catastrophe like an idiot. So yeah, I'm not worried too much about this boss. We're essentially got him. Because we have a very good team. So, yeah, man. Video games, huh? Lots of people wanting to control the system. And who doesn't want to control the system? I can't get away from how much control I really want from people. And I feel like that's why I just generally like, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm not going to be able to relinquish control of things, then I just don't need to be around people, man. You know, because I honestly hate that. I hate when people are against themselves and their nature to want to hold on to things that really aren't theirs. You know, let's be real. Nothing is ours, especially nowadays, you know what I'm saying? In the whole you will own nothing and like it era. Nothing really is ours in this world and in this plane of existence. You know, it all belongs to God. You know, the gods within us and of course the gods that walk on earth. But yeah, you know, it's very frustrating when you can't really fight that instinct in you. You know, even for people that I truly trust, acknowledge, you know, value their opinions of course I want to control every aspect of those motherfuckers, and I'm just like, this is not healthy. So especially for me, I feel like I just need to understand that, you know, there will be a time when you have that agency and that power to actually help and influence in a positive way. But right now is just not that time, you know? Not only is number not big enough, but, you know, just wisdom is not high enough. I feel like it can always go higher, and truly seeking that crazy plateau is not a great thing, because of course it's going to completely and utterly isolate you. But it's a path I chose, you know? It's the easiest path for me because, you know, I've just been crossed over too many times, and I don't like being mean. I'm not a fan. So you know what my version of being mean is? Cutting you out of my life forever. Because, you know, I just don't, like the whole equal strokes, you know, equal strokes for equal fights, equal rights. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not in the emotionally scarring people for life field. You know, it's just not me. So as you can see here, we got the little laser guys that just fuck me up, and then these little lanterns are the ones that explode. We'll see. Yeah, he's exploding it right there, so it's gonna get rid of. Oh my god! Heck, never mind. See, I was not worried about this boss, man. It's just such an easy fucking boss, especially when you have these crazy guys who killed Nox so quickly. So yeah, definitely not worried about that shit. But yeah, it's funny. It's going back to the whole, um, conscious thing. As a thinker, I just think a lot. Wait, maybe, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna say maybe. Definitely way too much about the opinions, concerns, and feelings of others. And the annoying part about that is you really don't know. You could think like, oh, they're gonna feel so bad about this, but you really, you don't know. You're not in their body. You don't have that, empathy power. Of course, body language and all that stuff you can sort of kind of see. But I've noticed that a lot of the conversations we have with people are not even in person. Like it would be so much different if it was just like, oh yeah, I don't want to isolate myself because I can just go talk to my neighbor over here and he's super cool, or I can go outside and hang out with my friend or whatever the fuck, But that is not how we hang out. That is not how we conversate nowadays. You have to feel it through text, and that fucking annoys me, man. That really does, because there's no reason. There is zero reason for me to dwell and manipulate and construct and persuade over text for 8 hours for one message for you to say one thing back to me. And it's not worth it. It's not an equal equivalent of time, and that's on me 110%. Like I shouldn't put so much stock into crafting the perfect Discord message or getting the perfect voice note to send to on text. I shouldn't be doing this, but I do, and there's no way for me to stop doing it. It's like what am I supposed to do? Stop caring? Leave emotional baggage everywhere for people to just pick up and replace and reuse? I'm like, no, man, you need to become a healed creature, a full creature, and just know that you don't need these people in your life. Because I feel like that's why. That's why I put out so much time and stock into constructing these things, is because I think I needed these people. I think, if I didn't have certain aspects of a person or a friend group or a community, that wouldn't be a full person. And that's a huge lie that I've sort of just adhered to from my whole fucking childhood. Huge fucking lie. Huge fucking lie. Now, if you're a girl, if you're my 7%, my 0.7%, oh my god, actually, we've gone up since that. Jesus Christ, man. Oh no. I don't know why I'm checking this. It's because I'm a schizo, right? I forgot. So analytics! Audience! Oh god, the thing's starting. Fuck! Oh my god, we're 4.7 now? Oh, go away! Go away! Okay, if you're my 4.7, almost 5% females, you probably do need to communicate. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Community is needed, but if you're a guy, do not follow these retarded pathways that say, oh my gosh, you gotta conversate with everyone and start good old conversations with that lady at the park. You don't. And as a matter of fact, to get confidence, oh my goodness, we're lagging a lot. To not lag a lot, Jesus Christ, we're lagging a lot. Please, don't crash. Oftentimes you need to lock in on what matters to you. And I don't know about you guys, but for a lot of people, what matters to us is not our friends and how good of a friend we are. I'm sorry, that's not what matters to us. I've just talked to multiple men. That is not what matters to them. Okay, holy shit, here we go. This boss. I forgot to explain this boss because I was too busy ranting about bullshit. So, Armored, the Forlorn, he likes to put these damn circles all over the damn ground. And if you are red, you go to the red circle if you got this red stuff around you, the red buff. And if you are purple, you go to the purple circle. He also likes to do these. Oh my god, you fucker. You fucker, I'm dead. No, I'm not. Yeah, and then, that's essentially his big shebangle. What the fuck? I got hit by that? That's very stupid. Yeah, that's very stupid. Yeah, these dragons do crazy damage, man. I think there's also a dragon form change costume that you can do, which is pretty crazy. I saw it's like a white White and blue dragon? Yes, I know. I know what you're thinking. Um, but stop thinking that. Okay. It's very cool, very cool. But I feel like that's the main gist of Armin. You know, it's just really about it. He just does the damn boxes. You go to your box. You go to your box, and you beat him the shit fuck up. You know. He really is very weak to physical. I think. He actually has like 0 defense. So. Oh my goodness, I did a lot. Yeah, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem taking his ass out. It's a little scary on his ass. Oh no, Angry Smash! I don't like Angry Smash. Oh, I got like 2 people. Let's see if I can stun him. My stun never works. I feel like my stun chance is terrible. I don't think you stun these bosses actually. Actually yes, you can't stun these bosses. So yeah, basically with this event, any class is good, essentially, except for like Thief, because Thief basically just does stun. It's like their main thing, especially when you pair them with a hammer. So yeah, every class works fine except for Thief. Thief sucks. Sadly, I do like the Thief class. Thief class was actually what I started on this one, and it's what I recommend you start on, because the Thief has the scan Eye for Trouble. It just allows you to scan enemies, put them in the book. And if you don't get that move early on, it's just going to be very confusing. Because you'll be like, why don't I have all these monsters in my book? Why can't I tell where he is for this quest? And yeah, you'll be very confused. So, that's my recommendation for first players. I mean, you're going to have to, upgrade the Thief eventually. I don't think you need it for any master classes, but... I think it's just a very helpful one to have, especially if you're grinding for any kind of items. I know he's very helpful for getting the monster book. So doing a quest like this, if you want to get a bunch of pets, especially the Hat Witch pet. Oh, he's done. Yeah, then you were gonna have you need a thief essentially. A thief, or perhaps a monster masher, or a gad. It's good classes. I don't know which class I'm gonna do next. Right now we are in the middle of the master quest lines, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish off all of those before we get into version 4. I keep wanting to call it version 3 so much, man. Before we get into version 4, I'll probably just finish off all of those, or finish off at least the Dragon Mage. It's a very fun class, and that is probably what I'm gonna be using for the most part of the 4.0 playthrough here. All right, one more boss. Let's see if we can get this done before 45. We're at 42 right now, and this is Ruby. Ruby is very easy. This bird buck, he didn't really do anything crazy. He just has what do you call those scary floor parts that he does, and then his special move, he ults and he does 8 gates, and then he just shoots out 8 gates. I don't fucking know, and then a bunch of thorns come up over and everything. So it's very hard to dodge actually. You need good movement speed, which once again I do not have. So we'll watch myself die, and it'll be all funny and stuff. But yeah, that's the main gist for him. Very easy boss. Very interesting design though. If for some reason he reminds me of Hawk from Sonic Riders. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Why are you asking me why? I told you not to ask me why. Don't go to the comments. Stop that. Stop that. Get some help. Boy, do I need it. Okay, so here we go. I'll probably beat this guy in a minute. We probably beat this guy in a minute. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's fucking see here. Of course, we're gonna start out with the cannons. Ooh, like that spin? I know you did. Do another one there, and then we'll do my last one. Oh, and now you're running this way. That's fantastic. Okay, focus on it. And then he doesn't do that many spells, but he still does spells, so we'll do this. Using Criminal Crush. Oh! Yeah, see, these are his little lines. And then when he does 8 gates, he'll just like 8 of those, and then there's thorns everywhere, and then you get sad because you die. Very fun. Oh, he's doing a breath attack. Will I die to this? I won't. But I am cursed. I hate curse. Mostly because I didn't put that move near me. Fucking idiot. Okay, so I'm benedicted. Let's go ahead and lock him on. Sir, we're a little off base here. Oh, we got another cannoneer over there too. So we can get the B boost for both of us. Oh! Get out of there. Okay. I think my movement speed went up too. Hey, somebody buff my movement speed! Hey guys, maybe I won't die this time. Crazy shit, right? Okay. Let's not get overzealous here. He's almost done though. Vermilion Bomb. Is that on me? That is totally on me. Okay. Oh, still alive though. Yeah, that's a hermit buff, man. So three little balls there. If my health goes below half, it just automatically, you know, bops that motherfucker back up. So pretty crazy buff, if I have to say so myself. What are we doing here? 8 gates? Grand Calamity. Oh, there it is. Is he dead? Oh, there it is! There it is! Yeah, see, my movement speed is good though, so I'm good. Also, my cannons are gone though. Yeah, they usually hit the cannons. Your cannons are alive though? Wow, crazy. Bro knows how to place them. Bro knows how to place them. Texas Hold'em. I wish I was good. Oh my god! Yeah! We're good. I'm amazing. I forgot I'm amazing at this game. Forgot I'm the fastest on the West, you know what I'm saying? I got the quick of the draw. I'll get rid of. Yeah. We barely missed our goal, but it is what it is, guys. We tried our best. You know, 1 minute late is completely fine. It all depends on your reaction to being 1 minute late. You know? I completely 100% agree with that. And you should know that building the habit to be as close as possible on time, but to have confidence that you are there when you need to be is a huge skill in life, you know? Huge dub in life. So, my friends, I implore you to have a good day if it's starting, and to have a good night if it's ending. Of course, if you're like me, the nights never really end. Indeed. As it is 7:50 right now, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't up at 3 a.m. But yeah. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me see if I want to do another episode now. Because I think I might start on version 3, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. So I hope y'all have a good whatever day I upload this on. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe too. Subscribe. I forgot to say that. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't have to though. Because I forgot. Because I forgot, so, you know, you're allowed to forget too. You know, we can all just forget this ever happened, okay? You didn't see it.
One in the hand, one in the bed.